Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a session that I did with a lady who had a fear and severe anxiety whenever she was in relationships. And I'd been working with her for a bit, and that anxiety had gone. So she was able to be in a relationship without feeling anxiety. But one of the key issues that she had is that when she wasn't in a relationship, there was also this kind of feeling of anxiety that she would be alone, or that she wouldn't be happy not being in a relationship. So this hypnosis session is really about tapping into positive associations at the idea of being single. I think a lot of people have a feeling that if they're not in a relationship, that they're somehow a second-class citizen, that they're not worthy, they're not as valuable. And what that can do is encourage to people to either stay in relationships that they're not happy with, or to enter a relationship just because it somehow feels better than this association they have with being single. And it can lead to bad judgment, which can lead to, the consequences of a particular decision. So this hypnosis session isn't to encourage someone to be single, and it isn't saying that it's not good to be in a relationship, but this hypnosis session is designed to put someone in the most resourceful state possible while they're single, that they can be open-minded to being in a relationship without feeling pressured or rushed to be in a relationship, that they can feel happy in the status of being single, that they can feel confident, that they can tap into all the freedom of choices that they have as a single person, but be open-minded to the idea of meeting someone that they could have some kind of connection or relationship with. So I think this is going to be a useful session for someone that might have been, in a relationship and now is single, or someone that has been single for a long period of time, or someone that's recently single and might feel anxious or worried about what this status means for them. If you like this audio, you can get a copy of it without being on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and just kind of without all the intros and outros, for free. If you just go to my website, adamcox.co.uk, go to the downloads and use the coupon code FREE, you can get this completely free of charge. And equally, if you do have any kind of relationship anxiety and you would like to explore working with me one-on-one, there will be a link nearby to this recording where you can book a free 30-minute consultation call with me to explore working with me. For now, though, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in a feeling of calm and relaxation, and as you exhale, just get a sense that any feelings of worry, anxiety, or tension is leaving your body in your outward breath. So as you breathe in and breathe out, with your eyes closed, just notice that more of your attention and focus can be on my words and the meanings that they create for you. I want your imagination to take you to a place inside your imagination of relaxation, comfort, a place of safety and security. So much so that that could be a real place or an imaginary place, but the key thing is that you feel safe in this place. And why don't we call this place hypnosis? Just inside your own mind, allow your mind to take you to a place called hypnosis. And notice that in this place, it becomes natural to breathe slower. And as you breathe slower, it's also natural for you to release any feelings of tension, release any feelings of stress or worry. That's right. Deeper and deeper. Relaxed. And in this place that we can call hypnosis, just activate that part within you that is open to new possibilities. Because everything that you experience in your life now is just a consequence of what you value, what you believe, how you think about things. And it's that way as a result of evaluations, decisions that you've made throughout your life, or what you've made of personal experiences. And if there was 1 million people with exactly your genetics born on the same day, with all those different life experiences, they will all end up with slightly different versions of you. Genetically identical, but with different emotions, different ways of looking at the world. And you are just one of infinite possibilities of who you are. And one of the most useful ways of thinking about your own beliefs is to ask, is it true and is it useful? And sometimes when people think about what it means to be single, they might believe that being single is to be lonely. They might believe that to be single is to be pitied. And they may believe that somehow being single is being undesirable or unworthy. And I want you to imagine those many times in your life that you've filtered or sieved something, and maybe it was a food, or maybe it was stones in sand. But if you were filtering out those beliefs on the basis of, are they true? Is it genuinely the case that every single person in the entire world feels lonely? Is it possible that there are many single people that feel incredibly connected? Maybe they have more time for their friends, more time for their family. Maybe they can connect at a deeper level to themselves. Throughout every single person in the world, is it true that every single person is pitied? There was a time not too long ago where a single man that had prospects and was desirable would be called an eligible bachelor. So the fact that he was single made him more desirable. There's been phrases in different cultures at different times to highlight that a man or a woman that isn't in a relationship is somehow more desirable. Many celebrities or pop stars even if they are in a relationship, are projected to the world as being single. And they're not pitied. They become more desired through that status of being single. As you imagine sieving through these ideas as to what is true and what is useful, you start to accept the idea that it isn't true that to be single means to be lonely. It isn't true that to be single means to be pitied, and it certainly isn't true that to be single means that someone is unworthy. Quite often, you can see examples of the opposite. There are many people in relationships that feel lonely because their partner has got complacent or they're disconnected from valuable friendships or family members. There are people that maybe people feel sorry for because of the relationship they're in. And it's also possible, it's certainly possible, that people that are in relationships could even be unworthy to be in that relationship. I want you to get a sense that some of the common associations of what it means are just narratives designed to influence and control. And I wonder what it would be like to look at all of those positive, resourceful, inspiring emotions that could be linked to the idea of being single. If you're single and desire at some point in your life to be in a relationship, doesn't this mean that you're in that situation of endless possibilities? In a way, you're like someone browsing the menu to decide what they want to eat. You're in a huge department store of unlimited products with a credit card with an unlimited balance on, just deciding what it is that you want to buy. You're like a potential car owner that gets to test drive before they make a purchase. I want you to get a sense of what it feels like you can be to be open-minded, to have all of the possibilities, and to have that choice as to what you do and when you do it. And I want you to create an image in your mind of someone, or perhaps yourself at a different time, completely open-minded and open to all possibilities. See them, see their facial expression, and see that to be open to possibilities and to be open-minded is an exciting time. I want you to get a sense that there is an element of positive anticipation, excitement attached to this status of being single. See that version of you or that different version of someone else being incredibly open-minded and full of possibilities, and then step into that person and feel how it feels like to be open-minded and full of possibility. And then imagine that the whole process of being single doesn't even mean that you need the intention to find someone to be in a relationship with. you could just have an openness that you would be willing to explore a date, a relationship if the right person comes along, but you're not even necessarily looking for it. You're just open to it. And notice how the energy changes. And sometimes the most enjoyable experiences happen when you don't plan them. And sometimes when you plan things too much, doesn't it take all the spontaneity, all of the serendipity away from those situations to make things that could be wonderful feel mundane? Step out of that version of you that is now full of open-minded wonder and possibility, and then in this world, this place that we're calling hypnosis, I want you to create an image of someone happy and confident, with super high levels of self-esteem, that doesn't need the validation of anyone else, doesn't need the status. And maybe this person is someone that at the time when you're thinking about them was happy and confident, sky high self-esteem, even though they were single at that point in time. Everyone that is in a relationship at some point was single, and therefore it might just be someone that you deem to be happy and confident, but at the point where you're thinking about them, definitely was single. And then step into that person, feel what it feels like to be single and happy, to be single and confident, to be single and full of sky-high self-esteem. And just get a sense that your confidence, your value, your worthiness doesn't increase or diminish depending on whether or not you happen to be in a relationship. There are happy and confident people that are single, and there are miserable people that are in a relationship. The relationship is not the determining factor to your happiness. In fact, wouldn't it be the case that if you were forced to be in a relationship that you didn't want to be in, that it would actually take away your happiness and confidence? Feel how good it feels to be happy and confident and open-minded to the idea of being in a relationship without feeling that it is essential for you to be in one. Feel those positive feelings, starting from a location and then rippling throughout your body to somewhere else. Maybe the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes. Get a sense of how good it feels. And you can feel that way whether you're in a relationship or single. That it isn't dependent. And then step out of that version of you now. And then get a sense of a time of your life or someone that exudes the emotion of freedom. Freedom of choices, freedom of thoughts, freedom of ideas, freedom of how you spend your time, what you do or don't do, how you spend your evenings, how you spend the time when you're in deep reflection. See someone that represents freedom in all of its meanings. And then I want you to get a sense of what it feels like to step into that version of you or someone else and feel the intense feelings of freedom. And in this place, realize that you have freedom. You have freedom to say hello to someone you like or not. You have the freedom to date or not date. You have the freedom to spend your time doing the things you want, to learn something new, to spend time with friends, to travel, to study, to work. All of these are your choices, and feel how good it feels to have that freedom to do whatever you want to do. Step out of that version of you, and then I want you to now create a version of you that's in the future, and it could even be 10 minutes from now, an hour from now, a day or a week from now. But just accept that this version of you that you're creating is a future version of you that contains that happiness and confidence, that freedom to choose to do whatever you want to do, and to be open-minded to whatever possibilities may come your way, but with the freedom to choose whether you take them or not. To go with the flow and enjoy your life, whether you're single or not, in a relationship or not. And as you see that version of you, set them on their course, seeing what they're like over the next few days and weeks and months. See how they are on an evening just spent with their own time. See them smile. See them relaxed. See them happy and confident. Being open to being in a relationship but not needing to be in a relationship. Maybe you see them further in the future. Maybe flirting or going on dates, but it's a choice. They don't have to do it. They don't need to do it. They just could do it if they wanted to. Maybe see them further in a future. Perhaps in a relationship. And notice that them being in a relationship, that future version of you, doesn't somehow make them more worthy, more valuable. That a future version of you in a relationship is just as valuable as you are single, except that version of you has made choices, listened to their intuition, decided that there is more value being in a relationship than being single, but from a position of improving their life rather than avoiding untrue ideas about what it means to be single. That future version of you can then better evaluate that potential relationship without worrying about the judgment of others, about the idea of loneliness, because that future version of you is going to be happy whether they're single or not, or in a relationship or not. And as you tap into those resources, notice that you feel more and more optimistic about the future. That all these unconscious rules and conditions are just evaporating away. You're looking forward to the chapter of your life where you're single, just as much as you're looking forward to the chapters of your life in a relationship. You can evaluate things so much more clearly when you take all of the pressures and the judgment and the stress and the evaluations off, and just be open-minded to whatever may be. Step into that future version of you where you are happy being single, knowing that you feel a sense of freedom, you feel open-minded, you feel happy and confident. And this future version of you is open to a relationship but doesn't need it to feel valuable. Step out of that version of you, but still keeping these positive resources, these feelings, these new beliefs about what it means for you to feel good at this moment in your life. And then you realize that all of this, it's just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams, and actually You're listening to my voice firmly in the present. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're in your own physical body right now, because very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, and you will awaken feeling resourceful, feeling optimistic, feeling open-minded, feeling happy, feeling confident, feeling free to choose how you live your life, free from anxiety and worry and judgment. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.